And finally, we enter Jonah 4, the last 11 verses of Jonah. We have a few more things to tidy up to complete our study of Hebrew. There are a couple of tenses a couple of stems, pual, hofal. They're kind of rare, but we're going to throw them in here if you're doing my Udemy course around this point. And then, of course, we want to seal the deal with weak verbs. We've seen a lot of weak verbs, but we want to systematize that. And then the rest of the chapter will pretty much just be review. We're going to enjoy the slide to the end. But let's start off with Jonah 4:1. It's a fairly straightforward verse. No tricks up the sleeve of the Hebrew grammar here. Let's see if you can pronounce that first line. Here's how I would pronounce it. Vayera el Yonah ra'ah gadolah. So this is not ra as in evil. This is ra'ah. It's what's called a geminate verb. The three core consonants are resh, ayin, ayin. But they thought, why write ayin twice? Geminate means twin. Gemini, the twins. So they just wrote one, especially in a converted imperfect, quote unquote. They only wrote one of the ayins. So vav patak doubling, it's an imperfect, but it's converted. That is, it's a preterite. It's a past tense. So and he was displeased, and it was displeasing, or it displeased Jonah greatly. He was really upset. What was he upset about? Remember, in context, God's going to let Nineveh repent, and Jonah doesn't want to forgive. Jonah is the consummate example of the elder brother in the parable of the prodigal son. He's not happy. I sat down here to see some people fry. I want to see some people get burned up. I want to see some people die. Jonah was not happy. He wanted to see the Ninevites punished. Jonah is a type of the kind of Christian, or Jew, I suppose, for that matter, who wants God to, beat up their enemies, but isn't so happy when God has mercy on those that, they should have been punished. This is the type of Jonah. Jonah's really not a nice guy. I mean, we grow up in Sunday school, if you go to Sunday school, and you hear these great stories about Jonah in the whale, and it's really a big fish, a fish, and how Jonah prays and God spits him out. But Jonah's really, by and large, in the book of Jonah, not particularly a model, not a godly model at all. He only repents when God smacks him around a little, and he doesn't ever really repent in this chapter. So, and it was displeasing to Jonah. By the way, this is just a call imperfect, converted imperfect. There's nothing third masculine singular because the yod, nothing special there. Even though the vowel, the seri there is a little weird, but anyway. So, and it was displeasing el Yonah. It was displeasing to Jonah. Ra'ah. It was displeasing, a great displeasure. This is a pleonasm. It's unnecessary. It's extra. This is Hebrew. It's a style thing. It displeased him with displeasure. He was greatly displeased, as it were, that God was going to forgive them. Vayakar lo. And it was angry to him. It was burning to him. He didn't like it. Vayakar lo. And again, this is just a call here. I think it's a kara. Let me double check. Yes, it's kara, third hay, and the hay has gone away, which happens in the converted imperfect. This is third masculine singular because of the yod, nothing special. So basically, this is a short verse, and it was displeasing to Jonah with a great displeasure, and it was angering to him. God's going to forgive these people. I knew it. We'll find out. Jonah 4:2 is one of the most central. It's a core verse in the Old Testament, key verse. One of the most, probably the most. Well, I would say the key verse of Jonah, the most important verse of Jonah, Jonah 4:2, and that is next in terms of our verse by verse analysis. I may make a detour if you're in the Udemy course and do the pual and the hofal just to seal the deal on the stems. But this has been Jonah 4:1 in Hebrew.